Hi, I'm Phil Burgess here from Strong Heart TV, and there's my other cameraman behind, Harry. We're here today in Evans Head, and we've come to Evans Head to interview a strongman competitor, Shane Grierson-Jones. Now, Shane has come to my attention because I've seen that he competes, which is great, and also he does suffer from Parkinson. So as a middle-aged man with Parkinson's disease, I thought it would be a great time to speak to him about strongman, what it means to him, and how Parkinson affects his life. Hi Shane, good to meet you. We're here today to have a chat with you about how you've got into strongman, and to talk about strongman and where you're at with that, and also talk about how you cope with Parkinson's and strongman and how that fits into your life. So I'm going to have a few questions which I'm going to fire at you. You okay with those?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, no worries. So we'll do that. And yeah. Okay, well, tell me how you actually got into strongman in the first place.
Got diagnosed with Parkinson's 2 years ago. Used to surf, couldn't surf anymore, so naturally big, strength is easy. So I rang up Drew, and asked about strongman. He put me onto a powerlifting gym, and that was 1.5 years ago.
Oh wow, and how have you gone since?
I've won one comp, come second almost every other comp. Enjoying it. It's hard work, but never had a trainer, so just done what I watch.
Yeah, and I believe you've signed up with Tyson now?
Tyson, and then I've got also a nutritionist, Kev, out of Lismore, and then I've also got Warwick and Rongo helping me. So.
Oh wow, there's some experience there with Warwick and Rongo.
Yeah, so had a training session, my hands are absolutely slaughtered. So
show the camera your hands.
I've never lost
good old calluses.
Never lost one yet, and I'm losing them now. So
good stuff. They trained you hard then.
Yeah, it's good.
So tell me, how is it? Like I've known people with Parkinson's in the past, but I'm wondering how does that affect you in a day-to-day perspective?
I don't know if you can see, I'm shaking now. If I stop my hand from shaking, my leg shakes. The shake's the easy part.
Yeah.
It's the mental that goes with it. Like I can have a comp and I'll be all excited about the day before, and then something like the lawnmower doesn't work or something goes wrong, and then I'll shut down. I'll tell myself I can't do it and do it all. It's the lack of sleep. Some weeks I might sleep 2 hours a night, and then the next time I'll sleep alright. It's depression, it's anxiety, it's everything. It covers everything. It's the worst part about it is not the shakes. Shakes you can get over. It's that people think you're alright, and your mind's going stupid on you. So and like I've got Rongo and those guys helping me, and one day I'll be so positive that I can beat everyone, and then half an hour later I'll just go and shut down. I'll go, well, I'm out of my debts, so I'm too old and do this. So
yeah, no, that's fair enough. So when did you actually realise you did have Parkinson's?
I was surfing and I couldn't look to my left or right, which is pretty rude and ignorant, because when you're dropping in on people and you live around the area, they get a bit cranky at you. I couldn't get up on my board without falling off. So then I started getting this little twitch like that, and I mentioned to my wife, and she noticed, and we went to the doctors, and then I was just nerve damage. Just let it happen, and it started getting worse, and then we went back and they did a heap of tests for MS, and they come back all excited and went, oh, you've got early onset Parkinson's, you've got it 30 years before you normally get it.
Wow.
I think it's 2% out of 2 or 1% out of 2 million people get it.
Yeah. And you were the lucky one.
I'm the lucky one. I'd rather have lotto.
Yeah.
No, it's not a bad thing.
Actually, we were talking the other day, and you were talking about a guy who'd lost his leg, and James, and you were having that discussion about, what's better, Parkinson's or losing a limb? For those who don't know James,
he's missing a leg from about the knee down. I've met him a few times, really nice guy. And my wife and I think we discussed with him that we're saying what was worse to have, what would you prefer? Would you prefer to be missing a limb or have Parkinson's? And we came up with, we'd rather have the limb. It sounds really bad, but with the Parkinson's, no one knows my future. My future next week, I could be a lot worse than I am today. I could go till 70, no problems, or I could get to 45 and be in a wheelchair. Whereas James, as he mentioned to me, he knows what his outcome is. He knows what he has to beat and get around. And he's proven that he can do it. So yeah, it's the unknown. There's no cure. They can just give me heaps more pills, and
So how has your life changed? So you're a husband, a father. How has your life changed since that diagnosis?
I'm now retired at 43, which is a bit of a kicker. I was a teacher, woodwork teacher, loved it. As sad as it sounds, it's better.
Yeah.
You appreciate.
Yeah.
Like, I think being a father is the best thing in the world.
Okay.
I love them to bits.
Yeah.
I lose my temper with the Parkinson's, I get cranky, but they've never ever used that against me.
Yeah.
I get to spend time with them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm forced to retirement, I don't get pension, and it's not that I want to be retired. I'd love to be working, but I get to spend time with them. I get to go fishing. Or,
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's good in that way, but then also I worry about when they get to teenage years having a dad that shakes. So that's when Strongman came into it, that I figured it's a pretty cool sport, and maybe when they're 20 years old and they've got kids, they can show the grandkids that the grandfather did this before it was too bad. Or,
yeah.
So it makes you appreciate everything.
Yeah. And just from spending the last couple of days around you and that, I can really see how much, you know, they love their dad and they really appreciate you spending the time on that. And with your wife as well, Joella, and that, like, it's that whole, you're a team. Yeah, I keep telling her to leave me now while she's still young and before it gets too bad, but she won't. So she's incredible. Yeah, no, definitely.
No,
that's awesome. So just coming back to Strongman a bit, so how does having Parkinson affect your training, for example?
Motivation's a hard one.
Yep.
Just because where we live there's no Strongman gyms, so everything I do has to be on my own accord. It has to be me getting, and then if you've had a bad morning or you didn't sleep or you've just got the aches, like I wake up every morning like in pain, and if that carries on through the day, just to go to the gym's a really hard thing to do. But the Strongman, everyone's been brilliant. Like, you would think being a weight sort of competition thing, when you think of bodybuilding and they're all, well, they're not all of them, but they're superficial looking and things like that, but everyone's been supportive, like unbelievably supportive. They don't give me any extra, they don't say we're going to let you get this, or they might let me strap up into the bar a little bit longer than someone, but yeah, they've been supportive. And there's a couple of boys that if they don't hear from you for a couple of weeks, they'll contact you and check up on you.
Yeah, who's that?
Big Matt, Big Santa Claus Matt. I pronounce his last name, but I can't even pronounce it.
Don't worry, I can't either, so we're both together on that one.
He knows who he is. And then James Darragh. James has been there from day one, so... Oh, there's a lot more, like, just picking up the comp the other week, and Warwick coming and giving me 5 minutes of advice, and I went up 10 kilos on my overhead monster dumbbell.
That's right. So Warwick Brandt's been Australia's strongest man. He's competed widely.
I didn't even know who he was until a few people told me. So
no, that's awesome. So what's your next competition?
I'm meant to be doing ISF with William, but that's got a junior, so my daughter's going to compete in that one. So
great.
I'll go up there and I'll hang out and help out. Next one's Gold Coast Strongest, because it's got the Masters division to go. Hopefully if you compete and do well enough, you get the invitation. Okay,
and that's the invitation to where?
Ultimate Strongman.
Okay, so Ultimate Strongman Masters, and where are they holding that?
I think it's in England. I don't even know.
By my home country, I should know that. But
I don't know, I think it's Eddie Hall's thing, but I just think that, how good would that be? You're down on your luck, you've got a disease, it's not building strength, it's not helping anyway. And by all means, I'm not the strongest master in Australia, no way. But if I get it on the day, I get it on the day.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be a cool thing. And as I said, when you're a grandfather and you're in a wheelchair or whatever, and but your granddad did this. That's pretty cool. That's the goal. Absolutely.
No, that's great. Great to have that goal. So, so is anybody you'd like to thank? Like you mentioned a couple of people before, but are there other people you'd like to thank on this journey so far?
Everyone. I don't like putting too many names down, because if you forget someone, then it was like a bit of everyone. Like that interview you did, the amount of people that replied to that and sent on, and then we were just in town before, and the person comes up and chats to you,
and that's right. Just we were just in the car park earlier, and a guy came over to speak to Shane, having a great chat with him and that. But that was just from the interview you kindly did with us the other week, and that, so it's great. Shared, so what, like you said, obviously you want to get this Masters Championship, but what legacy do you want to leave?
I want to be known as a good person.
Yeah. Well, I think you're that. There's no problem there.
Yeah, but I don't know, what do you want? Like, I've got everything. I've got a family, I've got kids, don't have money, but money's not everything.
No, definitely not.
I don't know if everyone can say, if 90% of people you meet say that you're a good bloke.
Yep.
I know.
Well, you're definitely a good bloke, so
Fine.
thank you a lot, and we'll look forward to see your progress.
Well, hopefully you have progress.
You will.